Hello guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be doing another Euclidean geometry question. And then, so we're given P is the midpoint of AC. So what you have to be careful of is that here we are going to apply proportionality, a lot of things. So now when you think of it in terms of proportionality, if P is the midpoint of AC, this means that AP to PC is equals to 1:1, right? Or I can write it as AP over PC is equals to 1/1. And if this is equals to 1/1, you know, when I label my diagram, I don't label the number 1/1 or the numbers 1. I multiply those ones by a certain factor. I'm going to choose K here, which means that my AP is going to be K and my PC is going to be K. Because here, if I multiply by K, it's still going to give me the same thing, right? And then we are given that R here is a point on AB such that our RS is parallel to our BP. So be careful of these parallel lines. And another hidden one, of course, you can see this triangle that you have a parallel line here. But then, did you notice this one? Yes, it's very hidden. So I'm just going to draw another parallel line like this, just so that it's visible to us, so that we are able to identify this triangle. And then, so now they gave us AR over the whole of AB. So we know that AR, I'm going to use the variable A now. So I'm just going to say 3A, and then my AB is going to be 5A, which means that here I'm supposed to have 2A, right? Because 2A plus 3A is 5A. And then we are told that our RC intersects BP in T. Yes. And then now, before we get to the question, let us use the information which we have to see if we can get somewhere. So now here we have these parallel lines. So which means that this over this is equals to this over this, right? So which means that over here, I can actually write, let's just say 3Z. Then I can write what? 2Z, because this is corresponding to that 2 over there, and this 3 is corresponding to that 3 over there. And then so now what we are going to do is that we are going to answer the first question, whereby they say we must find AS over SC. So how do we actually solve this? We know that our AS is in terms of 3Z and is also a part of this K. And we know that our SC is made of 2Z and this K. So that means that it would be more convenient for us to only function with one variable on one side. And how can we do that? We do that by finding the relationship between K and Z. And you can see that if you take your 3Z plus your 2Z, it gives you your K, right? So basically, you're going to get your 5Z is equals to K, which means that your K is equals to 5Z. I forgot. But then, yes, you saw that your K is equals to 5Z, yes. And that means that our Z is going to be equals to K over 5. Then, yeah, okay, that's making sense. Okay, so now let us put this logically. Like, we've used variables which were not even part of the question. So we have to show the marker that we have introduced our own variables, basically. So now what I'm just going to do is that I'm going to say AP over PC is equals to K over K. And this is because P is the midpoint of AC. So this is to show that I'm letting my AP be K and my PC be K also, such that P is going to be the midpoint of AC. And then now I continue, and then I say that AR over AB, which they gave me, you see that I use the variable A over here. So I'm going to say then AR over AB is going to be equals to 3A over the 5A. Yes, yes, yes. And then this is given. And then now I want to say, therefore, okay, let's just say since AB is equals to AR plus RB, therefore my AB is 5A, my AR is 3A, and I have my RB, and therefore my RB is going to be equals to 5A minus 3A, which is 2A. So I've shown that my RB is 2A. And then, so then I get to my AS over SP now. Then I say my AS over my SP, this is going to be equals to my AR over RB, which is equals to, we know that AR is 3A over 2A. But then since we are using the variable Z, I'm going to say this is 3Z over 2Z, right? And then what's going to be my reason? I'm going to say line parallel to one side of a triangle, like that. And then now I can start to find that relationship between my K and my Z. Remember, the goal is to find my AS over my SC. In order to do that is that I want to work with one variable on this line. So I am going to choose to work with the variable Z. Should I now? Yes, because am I going to work with Z? I might work with Z or I might work with K, because I'm going to express something in terms of something. So I'm not necessarily sure, but then let's just work it out and see where we'll go. And then so now this is AS over what? Over SP, sorry. So now here, what we see is that the K, sorry, the AP, yes, let's just do that, is equals to AS plus SP, which means that the K, this K, is equals to 3Z plus 2Z. And therefore K is going to be equals to 5Z, like that. So then, what I can choose to do now, what this tells me, it tells me that therefore my PC, which is equals to K, is going to be equals to 5Z. And my SC is going to be equals to my SP plus my PC over here, SP, PC. And then my SP was 2Z and my PC was 5Z, and this gave me 7Z, like that. And then therefore AS over SC is going to be equals to 3Z over 7z, which is going to be 3 over 7, like that. And then we continue to 2.2.2. So let me just show that this is now 5z, and this is now 5z, like that. And now I'm looking for RT over TC. Okay, so but then you already have, you know that your RT over TC is going to be equals to your SP over PC, and you have your SP is 2z, and you have your PC is 5z, right? So therefore I'm going to say my RT over TC is equals to my SP over PC, and this is 2z over 5z, which is 2 over 5. Then the reason is line parallel to one side of a triangle, like that. And then we continue 2.2.3. So now for these types of questions whereby you have area, what you should know is that for the two triangles involved, if those two triangles involved share the same line, for example, I can have this sort of triangle and this sort of like a triangle. So this is triangle, this is ABC. It's not very nice. So I have A, B, C, D. So just say you see triangle ABC and triangle ACD share the common line AC. So if ever your triangles share a common line, the formula which you shall use to calculate your area is the formula half base times perpendicular height. Why? Because if you are to come here from the apex going down perpendicularly like so, so you actually get the perpendicular height for this triangle, and then you get the perpendicular height for this triangle. And then now if your two triangles are sharing the same angle like this, so you have A, B, C, then you have D, E. So you see triangle ABC is sharing the same angle A with triangle GAE. And then the formula which you use to calculate your area, you use your area rule. Right? And then so now let us get to our specific situation to see what we are actually going to use. So now basically we are calculating the area of triangle RAS. RAS. So it's RAS like this, and over the triangle of RSC. So now you see your RAS and your RSC have a common line, which is RS, right? So now do you actually see that if you're to draw a line from this apex going down like this, and this becomes perpendicular to the ground like so, this is going to be the perpendicular height for triangle RSC, right? because it's from the apex to the bottom, 90 degrees. And then it's also going to be the perpendicular height of this triangle. Like, you know how the height of an obtuse angle triangle is going to be on the outside, like this. If you have a triangle like this, its height is this. So now you actually see that you have a height on the outside like so. So what I'm going to do then is that I'm going to say 2.2.3, the area of triangle RAS over area of triangle RSC is going to be equals to, we start with triangle RAS, which is going to be half base. The base of the triangle is where the perpendicular line hits the ground like that. So the base is going to be AS. And then you have a perpendicular height which we don't know of. Over, we move on to RSC. So it's going to be half base, right? So the base is here because the perpendicular line goes down like this. So the base of this triangle is SC. So I'm going to say half SC perpendicular height. So this cancels this cancels this. And then you're going to be left with AS over SC, which you found to be 3/7. You see how simple that is, guys. It's not difficult. Very simple. And then 2.2.4, we are going to analyze the triangles which are given. And then there are some times also whereby you might not be given triangles sharing the same line or triangles sharing the same angles. Yeah, there are such cases. But then on the basic level, if you are given or if you find these cases, then you can easily calculate your stuff. Now 2.2.4. So now we are going to be doing the area of triangle TPC over RSC, right? So they are sharing a common angle, meaning that we are going to have to use that rule. What is it called? We're going to have to use the area rule of trig. So then you're going to go to your right. Let me just actually write on the side like this. So I'm going to say my area of triangle TPC over area of triangle RSC is going to be equals to, so for my TPC, I'm going to have a half times this times this times the sine of this angle. And this angle is not C, it's angle TCP, right? Because C is the whole thing here. So it's going to be half TC times PC times the sine of TCP. And then over half times RC times SC times the sine of TCP. RC SC sine TCP. This cancels this cancels that. Then this is equals to TC over RC PC SC. So what you do now is that you go to your diagram. So now, what we have found in the past was that our RT over TC, this RT over TC is 2 over 5, right? So let me just label it like this. So here I have, let me use another letter now. Let's just say 2J, then TC is 5J. Therefore, RC is going to be 7J, right? So it's important to indicate these things on your diagram so as that it is clear to the marker where you are referring your letters from. I just broke English there. But then you understand, basically, you have to label your diagram because, or if you are not provided an answer book, just redraw the diagram in your answer sheet and then to show the marker to say, this is what I labeled as this is what I labeled as this. Because it makes things much more easier for them and you stand a chance to gain more marks. So that means that for TC over RC, because you can see that I can separate this into this times this, right? So for my TC over my RC, my TC is 5J over my RC, which is 7J. And then my PC over here was 5Z, remember? Over my SC, which is going to be 2Z plus 5Z, which is 7Z. Then this cancels this cancels this. So that says 5 over 7, 5 over 7, which is going to be 25 over 49. So yes, peace out. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm BM and I'm signing out. Cool.